State of New California notice to all Californians, Chapter 2, Grievance 31, November 24th, 2020. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Sections 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. Statement of intent. Citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state provided in the United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 3 and Section 4. We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. New California Declaration of Independence of January 15th, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Preamble of the New California State Constitution states, we the representatives of the undersigned counties in the state of California do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for the continued civil and religious liberty to ourselves and our posterity. First Amendment of the United States Constitution states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution states, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by an oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. The counties of New California State brought forward 95 Chapter 1 grievances between January 2018 and November 2019. Beginning on April 28, 2020, New California State will issue 95 additional Chapter 2 grievances to be announced in public on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The State of New California Chapter 2 Grievance Number 31, Declaration of Grievance Statement of Facts. People of California are suffering from a tyrannical state government which fails to provide a Republican form of governance, enables and supports across the southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, expeditious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon the citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. The California state government is in direct violation of the following. United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion, and on application of the legislature or the executive, and the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. The United States Constitution, Article 6. This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. First Amendment, United States Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or the abridging of freedom of speech or the press, or the right of people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. 14th Amendment, U.S. Constitution. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. Section 3. No person shall be a senator, a representative in the Congress, or elector of president or vice president, or hold any public office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or district officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof, and Congress may by a vote of 2/3 of each house remove such disability. Order of the day. The Constitution shall not wait. We, the people of the United Counties of New California, seek the removal of the California State Governor. We are determined to stop the one-man rule of a pusillanimous, craven dictator whose words and actions are a grave danger to all U.S. citizens living in California. The dictator issues a curfew designed to deprive the people of either their liberty and to assist in an insurrection against the United States of America and its citizens residing in California. As if all the other grabs at power weren't enough to enrage citizens at this state, now the dictator Gavin Newsom is demanding a curfew to stop the spread of the virus or to flatten the curve, as we were first told was a justification for police state measures that the police would never consider tolerating under normal, ordinary circumstances. This is just a naked tyranny and dictatorship by a pusillanimous controlling dictator who is becoming increasingly dangerous and desperate in his drive to control the people. This curfew is being demanded as a solution to a non-existent problem. The people are not out in mass spreading the virus in the middle of the night. Does he think we are stupid? Enacting a curfew to keep people off the streets from 10 o'clock at night to 5 o'clock in the morning is going to slow the spread of virus? That's a question. This does not stand up to reason. This curfew is an infringement on the First Amendment right, which guarantees us the right to freely assemble, and this comes on the back of the theft of another election in California. It is becoming very clear that the dictator has one reason for the imposition of a curfew. The curfews have been used by dictators and tyrants to prevent revolution, to deprive the people of the ability to organize, to deprive the people of the ability to freely travel, and to deprive the people of conducting any activity at all that would threaten their dictatorship. Curfews have also traditionally been used by communist dictators to create conditions whereby they could arrest and disappear dissenters and other political enemies in the middle of the night and avoid the public eye. What does this nefarious dictator intend to use this curfew for, since its effect in stopping the spread of this or any other virus is barely worth considering? Even contact occurs during the daytime, not in the middle of the night. We reject the explanation by the dictator for this demand, and we be subject to this or any curfew. Curfews are generally and historically associated with direct control of the population by police or military, the suspension of civil law, and normal civil functions. The imposition of curfews historically precedes the imposition of martial law. What liberty that has not been stolen from the people through fraudulent elections is now being stolen through expanded authoritarian overreach and dictatorial power. We, the people, have every expectation that this curfew will enable the free movement. This curfew will enable the free movement at night of the governor's terrorist allies, Antifa, BLM, and the cartels and other foreign enemies on American soil to conduct warfare and terrorism against the populace and to assist in an insurrection. While the people are disallowed from celebrating holidays, attending normal church services, conducting funerals, and eating in restaurants, terrorists are not hindered in the slightest by the governor from conducting their treasonous and hostile activities. The dictatorial, traitorous governor, Gavin Newsom, has already demonstrated through his actions that he will not apply the same laws to his terrorists and he applies to we the people. He is providing aid and comfort to enemies of the United States of America. He is demonstrating his participation in insurrection against the United States of America under the guise of fighting a virus that has a survival rate greater than 99%, and we the people are wise to his activities and his intentions. He is intent on remaining in power by force and in collaborating with foreign and domestic enemies in the process and depriving citizens of the rights they possess by law. This curfew is a component to an insurrection against the people and the normal operation of the rule of law. What is next? Persecution of political enemies, checkpoints, disarmament, rationing of vital supplies, mandatory electronic tagging of people, mandatory vaccines, abductions in the middle of the night, internment. All these are questions. It is the responsibility of all Americans to denounce the behavior of such a craven dictator immediately and take action. For New California, it's our God-given right, it is our duty to protect our Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, and our Bill of Rights with all means necessary for the craven dictator. New Californians will not comply. We request the President of the United States to act immediately to remedy these abuses by the California state and declare a state of insurrection as this in California. Insurrection. The government of California, the current socialist governor, and monoparty system, along with local officials, are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Emergency Economic Powers Act are the United States federal laws that govern the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion. Acts of succession. Therefore, the California government, in conjunction with the socialist state governor dictator, has usurped power and is actively engaged in acts of secession that create a reign of terror in the United States citizens living in California with intent to secede from the United States of America and thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting socialist government of California and the monoparty legislature and local elected officials is evidence of abdication of their responsibilities of authority and sovereignty over the citizens of the United States living in California. Prayer. The citizens of New California State pray for the President to exercise his authority under the Insurrection Act of 1807 or the Emergency Economic Powers Act to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States citizens living in California State. This concludes these proceedings.
Thank you.